the Eleaf Melo 300. How you doing, everybody? Brian here from South Shore Vapereviews, and today we have the Eleaf Melo 300. The Eleaf Melo 300 came out a couple of months ago, and it's a super subohm tank. It's, in comparison with the TFv8, the TFv12, the Arctic V12, all those super subohm tanks. It's a high wattage subohm tank, and the coils that it has in it are these 6-tuplet coils, and they come out to a 0.17, and they're rated from 100 to 300 watts. But does this Eleaf Melo 300, do these coils, can they handle 300 watts? We'll find out. First, let's talk about it. It's 26 millimeters in diameter. You can get two versions of this tank. You can get a 6.5 milliliter tank and a 3.5 milliliter tank. It comes in black and it comes in stainless steel. It has this very unique top filling system, which I think is really cool. I actually like it just as much as I like the Smok style. Wait till you see it in the close-up. Without the drip tip, it's 50 millimeters tall, and with the drip tip, it's 65 millimeters tall. It has good airflow. The vapor production off this thing is beautiful. Let's have a vape. I'll show you. Very, very smooth vape. I also got to say the flavor is really good on this tank. I think this is probably the best flavor I've had so far in a subohm tank. Really, really good. Really good flavor, really good coils. So let's do this. Let's just dive down real quick. I'll show you the tank. There's not a whole lot to show. I'll show you how to take it apart, and I'll show you the coil that it comes with. As far as I know, I was looking at their website, and it comes with the same coil. Like, it comes with a spare coil. It's the same 0.176 tuplet. But on the website, it shows, if you look up Melo 300, they also have this quad coil. It's like the 4-barrel, very much like the T8 coil there. It's a 0.15 resistance. It's like a 60 to 200 watt. I saw that on the website, and they have an RBA, velocity style basic RBA, that you can get for this also. But they do not come with the tank. So I'll show you all that, and we'll talk about it in the close-up. So let's take a dive down. Let's look at it real quick. Then we'll come back up, play with the wattage a little bit, see how high I can go on this thing, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts. Here is the box to your Eleaf Melo 300. It shows a picture of the tank. It says Melo 300. All the packaging shows either whether you get black or silver. It shows the silver tank on here. But then as you look on this side, it will tell you whether you get the black or the silver. Then it says Eleaf, and here's your scratch and sniff right here. Then a barcode. Then their website, www.eleafworld.com. And then on the back here, tells you what it comes with and gives you all, some other warnings and stuff. Then we open up the packaging, and inside, this is where the tank would be. Here's your spare coil. It's the same coil as the coil that's installed. Underneath, you'll get this attention card. Tells you to make sure that your coil is in tightly before you before you assemble it, before you fire it up. And then it tells you to make sure that there's no e-liquid left in the atomizer before you replace it, and yada yada yada. Then it comes with some spare O-rings. And then it comes with an Eleaf Melo 300 atomizer user manual for this atomizer. And here's the star of the show, the Eleaf Melo 300. As you guys see, I have the black one. So let's start from the top here. You have a removable Delrin drip tip, which is not your standard drip tip size. It's not 510, and it does not come with an adapter, as you guys saw. So I want to show you guys how to open this bad boy. You will see that there is an arrow on the opposite side where it says Melo 300. And what that arrow is, you just push forward, and it just opens just like that. I like that. You just push on it and it opens, it slides. Pretty cool. There's your fill port. I think it could be a little bit bigger. I have a little bit of issues putting my glass dropper in there. With unicorn bottles, no issues, or a syringe. Here is your tank section right here. Here is your airflow. Pretty decent airflow here. And it does have a stopper on it. It only goes so far. And then here is the bottom. It says 6.5. And then there is your gold-plated 510 contact pin, which does not protrude, so do not run this on a hybrid connection. Please. So in order to open up the tank, all you do is you just twist it, like so. It comes apart for cleaning. Here's your chimney section. Here's your glass piece. And then here's the coil. There's only one glass piece, by the way. There is no extra glass, as you guys saw when I opened up the packaging. That's a con. So here is their coil right here. It's a sextuple 0.17 ohm, and it's rated from 100 to 300 watts. Now, when I start this coil off, when I run it at like 60, 70 watts, I don't get any flavor really, or any vapor production. Break-in time with these is not too bad. Maybe a quarter of a tank. The flavor is just beautiful. And as you can see, it has a gold-plated contact on the bottom. There's your wicking channels, and this is what it looks like. Look at all that cotton in there, guys. Beautiful coil, guys. So I want to show you guys something. I have heard this. I think I had read it online, that the Smok Cloud Beast coils are compatible. Well, let's find out. So here is a Smok Cloud Beast coil. It screws into the base. And it works. So let's do this. Let's put it on a mod. Let's see if she fires up. It's going to ask me for new coil. Yes. And it works. So the Smok TFv8 Cloud Beast coils are in fact cross-compatible with the Eleaf Melo 300. Alright guys, so this Eleaf Melo 300 is claiming that it holds 6.5 mils of juice. Well, I have my syringe here. As you can see, this is a very old syringe. It's a 6.5 milliliter syringe. As you can see, the numbers faded off, so I had to write them just for this video so you guys could see. So I have 6.5 mils of juice in here, and we're going to fill it. So let's see if this really holds 6.5 mils of juice. Let it settle. Nope, it's about as far as I can go. As you can see, guys, I am filled to the top. We got about 1.5 mil left, as you guys can see. Maybe a little under 1.5 mil left. So it does not really hold 6.5 mils. So they are lying about that, even though it says and it claims it on the bottom. It doesn't hold 6. So I'd say it holds about 5 milliliters of juice. And all the coils are the same size. There's only one other coil that I read online that this takes. Like I told you, it's a quad coil, and it's a 0.15. And then there's the RBA, but I'm pretty sure that it's the same size. So this does not hold 5 mils of juice. I just wanted to check that. So there you go, guys. That was the Eleaf Melo 300. Let's take it back up top, vape on it, and I'll give you guys my thoughts. And I'm back, guys. That was the Melo 300 by Eleaf Super Subohm tank. I'm going to start off. There are 3 cons. There are actually 3 cons and a subjective con that I have for this tank. Con number 1 is it does not have a standard 510 drip tip. And the drip tip that it's removable and everything, but I haven't found any other drip tips that are actually compatible with this tank yet, like custom ones or stuff like that. Con number 2 is it does not come with a drip tip adapter, so you cannot use your own standard drip tips. Your own standard drip tips won't fit in this wide bore drip tip because some sub-ohm tanks come like that. They have a drip tip that you can fit a drip tip in, but this one doesn't. And the biggest con to this is it does not come with a spare glass. Now, I don't know if it's because it's under $30 and they just didn't include one, but it doesn't have a spare glass. So if you drop this thing, you are screwed. You'd have to go out and either buy another one or go on a website and try to find a spare glass aftermarket. And then the subjective con for this would be that it does not include the RBA section. Most sub-ohm tanks on the market nowadays include the RBA section with them. There are a couple that don't, but most of them do. I would have liked to see this tank come with the RBA section included because I know there are a lot of people like myself out there that like to rebuild and use RBA sections. Me being one of them. You had to buy it separately. But other than that, this tank is all pros. I love this top fill that you just slide it open and it does that. That's beautiful. I think the fill port could have been a little bigger too, but you know what? It's good enough if you have a unicorn bottle, but I do have trouble with glass drippers. But other than that, these coils in this tank, these 0.17 coils, these 6-tuplet coils, the flavor is awesome. I would have to say that out of the sub-ohm tanks that I've done, like the Smok and the Arctic and the iJoys, I think this one beats them in flavor, this coil. Another pro about this tank too, because I tried it, you saw it in the close-up, is that it is compatible with the TFv8 coils. You can use those in here. So that opens up a whole world of more pros because you can actually use different coils. It's just Eleaf itself only has 2 coils for this tank. The airflow on this thing is beautiful. So for me, when I prime my coils, I don't vape it at 150 watts right away. I let it warm up, let it break in a little bit. But what I notice with this tank is that it needs a lot of wattage to power this tank because anything under 100 watts, you're not getting any flavor and you're not really getting any vapor production off it. So my sweet spot for this coil that I vape this on is actually 130 watts, as you can see. So I'll show you guys something. I'll put it down to like 70 watts and I'll show you how it vapes. So here's 70 watts. This is what you're going to get with 70 watts. You don't really get a lot of vapor production off it. Let me put it at 100 watts and I'll show you what you get at 100. This is 100 watts right here. This is what you get. So as you can see at 100 watts, this is actually starting to wake up. This is where it's starting to peak, I think. It's at its best. Anywhere between 100 and 140, I think this tank is good. My sweet spot is 130, like I told you guys, but let's do this. Let's bump it up to 150. So here's 150 watts, guys. Now at 150 watts, it's actually a pretty warm vape. But the flavor's really good still, and I'm not getting any burnt or dry hits or anything yet. So let's just give this a bump up to 180. 180, guys. I took a 1.8 second drag, and look at all the vapor production. Now it's starting to get hot. It's not unvapable yet. The flavor's still popping. No burnt or dry hits, but it's just hot. So let's just say screw it and go up to 200. I'll show you how it vapes at 200. 200 watts, guys. Now it's really getting hot. So I am going to try it at 250. Not only is the vape coming out of it hot, but the tank itself is getting very hot. So let's try it at 250, guys, just for the hell of it. Now it's just real hot and pretty much almost unvapable for me. But I said I'd do it. I'm gonna bump it up to 300. I'm gonna take a couple of hits, see if I can handle it. Here is a 300 watt vape off the Melo 300. Too hot. Okay, now the mod's starting to get hot too, but I just did 2 in a row right there, and it wasn't burnt or anything. But I honestly feel that if you chain vape this thing above like 150 watts, I think you're probably going to get a dry hit. That's just me. But it does do it. You can get a couple of hits at 300 watts if you want to vape that high. So am I going to recommend this tank? I absolutely recommend this tank. And I recommend it for somebody who likes the high wattage tanks, who likes to vape above 100 watts, who likes cloud chasing, who likes flavor, because it has flavor too. Even at those high wattages, the flavor actually gets better. That's what I feel. But if you're somebody who likes to vape between, like 40, 50 watts or 60, 70 watts, this may not be for you because it doesn't really vape, under 100 watts well, as you guys saw. And another thing I'll show you is, look at how much juice I've used. This thing is a juice guzzler. That's another thing with this. But overall, it's a good tank for your buck, man. Under $30 I pay for this tank. This tank is great. Now, if I shattered the glass on this one, would I go out and buy another one? I absolutely would buy another one, because this is right up there with the TFv8. I think it might be a little better. What you guys are going to end up seeing is you're going to see a comparison video with the TFv8 and the Melo 300, or maybe the TFv12, but I think this is more in comparison in the same class as the TFv8. That's how I feel. But overall, guys, it's a really good tank. You high wattage cloud chasing people will love it. I love it myself, but it's not for everybody. It's definitely not for someone who's just getting off the butts. I think this is a little too much. But that does it for me, guys. I'll have links underneath to where you can buy the Eleaf Melo 300. I'll also have links to my Facebook and my Instagram. And I'll also have links for Advocacy, like always. So, if you're new to the channel and I've earned your subscription, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. That way every time I download a video, you guys will know. Thank you for watching, and remember, vape on, and have a good day, everybody.